Alright, what is up guys, Action Figure Addict 112 here, and we are going to be taking a look at the Hasbro Power Rangers Lightning Collection Mighty Morphin Green Ranger. So this is a single carded release, and this is the second Green Ranger that we've had released. The first one was in a 2-pack with a Putty Patrol, and I really didn't like that head sculpt that much, and I didn't really want to buy a 2-pack and get one figure that I needed for my Mighty Morphin collection and get a figure that I didn't really need for my Mighty Morphin collection or didn't want for my Mighty Morphin collection. So I waited, and yeah, we actually got a single release Green Ranger with a new head sculpt. And this is to represent Tommy in his evil form when he was the evil Green Ranger. So yeah, this was the final Mighty Morphin Ranger that I needed for my collection, since I was able to finally complete the Mighty Morphin team last year. That was a very proud accomplishment for myself. I had to get Trini off a Big Bad Toy Store. I got Zach in an auction on Facebook. Kimberly I found at Walmart. Jason I think I got off... no, I didn't. I bought him at Walmart. And then Billy I had to get off Amazon. So yeah, it kind of sucked a lot. Yeah, but I finally have them all done. I do want to sit down and do an overview on all of them, because I do want to talk about all of them and, you know, look at all their accessories and all that stuff. Yeah, I want to talk about Tommy for this review. So yeah, and then before my final thoughts, I want to compare him to my Mighty Morphin White Ranger and my Lord Dracon from Shattered Grid. So yeah, we're going to be taking a look at this Mighty Morphin Green Ranger. And Timmy, this video is for you because he is a huge Tommy fan. So yeah, I'm sure he'll be enjoying this video a lot. So with that being said, let's take a look at his paint, sculpt, accessories, articulation, and then my final thoughts. Okay, so we're going to be taking a look at the Green Ranger's paint and sculpt now. So I'm going to be using one of my ends of my paint brushes here as a pointer. So in terms of the paint seems to be pretty good for the most part. I'm looking around, I would say, hang on, right there. So I would say right here and down here, if you can see that, it's like the green right there, and over here is not fully painted, or maybe it chipped off there, and you can see right there there's some paint missing, and I think that might be it. In terms of the actual helmet, for the eyes of the dragon helmet, it seems to be pretty good. The silver seems to be good too for the teeth, and then the little symbol in the center of the helmet seems to be pretty good too, if I can show that off here. So yeah, if you can see that little symbol there, it seems to be painted pretty good. The dragon armor looks really good too. This isn't the first time we're seeing the dragon armor though. We saw this with the previously released Green Ranger in the Putty Patrol 2-pack, as well as the Walgreens exclusive Mighty Morphin Black Ranger with the dragon armor. So we've gotten 2 different Rangers with the dragon armor, but 3 Rangers altogether with it. So these aren't new parts. I think the only new part is the new head sculpt that we got for Tommy. But the Morphin looks good too. and yeah, at least the paint on it does. But yeah, in terms of the sculpt, it's really nice. Now, for me getting this figure in hand for the first time, I think the sculpt work is really nice. Even though I'm sure this is a reuse of parts, like I said, it's I don't know if the Dragon Armor Black Ranger reuses parts from this guy, or if he reuses parts from the Dragon Armor Black Ranger. So I'm not sure. I'm sure Timmy would let me know in the comments. But yeah, this figure looks really nicely sculpted, I would say. I like how there's minimal wrinkles sculpted throughout the suit, so it looks like someone's wearing it. So that's kind of cool, I guess. But yeah, besides that, that's pretty much it for the paint and sculpt. I mean, the hands, we've seen the hands several times on the Rangers, where they have this kind of padding on them. Well, hang on, I might have to turn up the brightness there so you can see right here there's some padding on the gloves. So yeah, pretty cool. So with that being said, we can actually look at his accessories now. Okay, so in terms of accessories, the Mighty Morphin Green Ranger comes with an alternative head sculpt, which is brand new and exclusive only to this figure as of now. He comes with a green lightning effect, which we've seen this effect before. I just don't know if we've seen it in green. You do get the Dragon Dagger, you get an alternative set of hands, so you get one fist. I'm pretty sure that's a fist. Yeah, so you get one fist, and then you get this kind of I don't really know what that is. It looks like a Too Sweet hand, but it's not. It's not. It does. It looks like a Too Sweet hand, but it's, yeah, definitely not, because Power Rangers don't do that. I'm not really sure what to call this hand. It's like a, I don't know, a gesturing hand or a specific hand. I'm pretty sure that's for the Dragon Dagger. I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's like a alternative hand. So if you want him to look like he's playing the Dragon Dagger, you get the Sword of Darkness, and that's pretty much it. So you do get a pretty decent amount of accessories. And I'm pretty sure with the last Green Ranger release that we got, not counting the Putty Patrol 2-pack one, but counting the last release that we got, which was the Bandai America Power Rangers Legacy Collection Green Ranger. That one came with, pretty sure it came with a set of alternative hands, it came with the Dragon Dagger, it came with the Sword of Darkness, and I'm pretty sure it came with something else, but it did come with a lot, and it came with more than the Red Ranger did, which I didn't know about that until I saw Strident's review on the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Legacy Collection Red and Green Ranger, which I would recommend checking that video out, because it definitely is worth watching. That way you can see what Bandai gave us versus what Hasbro is giving us. But what I've seen so far with collecting the Rangers is that they seem to give you an alternative set of hands anyway, so you're getting two sets of hands for what was the $20, but now it seems like they're starting to charge $22.99 for their figures, which is, I think, pushing it a little bit. And Ayende and I talked about this. I'm gonna have to go back and go through our recordings and see if I can find that and put that up. But yeah, we did talk about that, because I think it's ridiculous that Hasbro's starting to charge more for the Mighty Morphin, or not just the Mighty Morphin, but the Lightning Collection altogether. I think it's ridiculous. I think they should stick to the $20 price point, but if they want to start charging $22.99, they better start giving us more stuff, like more hands or something, because yeah, these are just, to me, they're worth $20, and I feel like they should just stay at that. But anyway, yeah, it seems like every Ranger that I've gotten so far, it seems like they either come with one extra hand or a set of hands. I'm pretty sure it's a set of hands, which is pretty generous because I'm pretty sure the Legacy Collection ones didn't come with that. But yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll pop the alternative head on here and we'll see what it looks like. So this is what the alternative head looks like on this body. I think it does look like a younger Jason David Frank for sure, especially, you know, the version of Tommy that we first were introduced to. Like I said, when he was evil, because this is supposed to represent the evil Green Ranger, when he first showed up, when he was, you know, siding with, wow, I almost said Lita. Got wrestling on the brain. With Rita, not Lita, Rita. So yeah, he has the green bandana, or the green headband tied around his head. As you can see, it's hanging right there. So you have that, and I'm gonna just put his helmet right here. But if we look at the Dragon Dagger, I'll zoom in on this part here. But if we look at the Dragon Dagger, it's actually nicely painted, so I'll give them that. They actually did a pretty... Can you not focus on him? Can you focus on this, please? Can we focus on this Dragon Dagger here? It looks really nice. I like it. All the little buttons there are nicely painted in gold. The symbol is painted in gold. It's just really nice. It doesn't look like it's sloppily painted or anything like that, so that's nice. And then if we look at the Sword of Darkness, it's also nicely painted. Doesn't look sloppy at all either. So, and you got red right here for the end of the handle. You have white for the handle, silver for the blade. You got a little bit of glossy black on there on the blade, or the hilt, I should say. And then you have red right there as well. So, yeah, looks really good. And then you get the electricity effect, which I'm pretty sure you can have this like one or two ways. So you can have it like that, or I'm pretty sure if you flip it around, you can have it another way. So I guess it's just up to you. I guess it's just personal preference. So you can have it run through this way, right here, like this. So yeah, that's what this looks like. So I guess, yeah, I guess it's just personal preference. And yeah, that's pretty much all it comes with. So we can actually take a look at his articulation now. Okay, so real quick before we get into articulation, I forgot to mention that you can actually holster the Dragon Dagger in here. So you can do it on this figure as well as the Lord Draken figure, or Lord Dracon. Yeah, so now we'll get into the articulation part. So in terms of the articulation, his head is on a ball, but it's on the basically the Marvel Legends, you know, head articulation. So his head popped off. That's not a good start. So he can look up this much. With this, I'm pretty sure if you fought it, you can actually get it to look up more than that. But I'm pretty sure like it's just gonna sit at, well, I guess you can get him to look up this much. You can get him to look down this much. You can look to the left, to the right. He's got not really that much sass. His arms can rotate 360. They can go up Hold on a minute, where is his arms? There they are. Sorry, it's his butterfly joint that was getting in the way, so. Okay, so you can move his arms up this much. You can move them down this much, and the reason why I can't move them like all the way down, like flat to the sides, is because you have this in the way right here. But he has a butterfly joint in his arms, so he can move his arms forward this much. He can move them back all the way this much. But if you really wanted to fight it, he can move them forward this much. He has a elbow swivel, or I guess a bicep swivel. He has double jointed elbows. He has 360 in the wrist. He can move his arm up this much. He can move it down this much. So up and down like that. And then you can move it side to side there. He has the ball joint and crunch articulation. So he can crunch forward this much. He can crunch all the way back this much. Your true limbo champion. He can move side to side here, like that. And yet you can get them in, your articulation right there. And it sounds like this is on a ratchet, which is interesting because I don't think any of my other Rangers have that, even though this is pretty much the same articulation, or the same body that, or the same articulation style they all have. But anyway, you can move his leg up this much, you can move it back this much, he can go all the way out for the splits, Van Damme style, for Venom Fang. He's got thigh cut, he's got double jointed knees, which are trying to fight me right now. So double jointed knees, he has a boot cut right there. And as you can see, he can move his foot back that much, he can move it forward this much, and he has an ankle rocker. So yeah, overall pretty good. I haven't done this in a while, so we'll see if he can do it. I don't think he can, just because I don't think he's on. He's on ball joints, but for some reason it's probably not gonna let me try to balance it here. I was gonna try to see if I can get him to throw a what's it called? A kick. But yeah, that is how kicks are gonna look for him. So yeah, for some reason, I don't know if it's these like top parts of his legs, but they are really resisting him from like wanting to do kicks. So that kind of sucks. I mean, if I rotated his thing like that, I could get him to get a higher kick, but yeah, that kind of sucks that he can't really kick up that much, because in reality he should be able to move his leg up this much, and if that were the case, I could get him to balance doing a roundhouse kick no problem. But for some reason, yeah, they kind of gypped you with parts engineering there. But now that we looked at articulation, which I think overall is pretty good, but I think some of the other Rangers have better articulation. But his is not, it's not the worst, but yeah, I just kind of wish whatever these parts are, I wish in the future they would either re-engineer this or just get rid of these, because these are clearly not working when it comes to articulation. So with that being said, I will go ahead and get my two other Tommies, and we will look at some comparisons between the two. Okay, so I'm going to compare these three Tommies, and then I'll compare them with the Figuarts, Figma, Mafex, Rebel Tech, and and some other figures like that. So real quick though, I do want to show you the 3 Tommies that I have. So I have the White Ranger, which was the first one that I got. Lord Drakon was the second, and then Tommy, and of course this one was the third. But as you can see, this is how they all look compared to each other. So they all scale relatively the same, I would say, since it's supposed to be the same person. But as you can see, the Lord Drakon design here is taking these 2 designs and kind of smashing them together into one. So yeah, and as you can see, like I said, it's kind of the same parts between these 2 in terms of at least the arms seem to be relatively the same, and I think that might be it. But yeah, and this one, like I said, also has the Dragon Dagger, because in the Shattered Grid comics, this is supposed to be like in an alternate universe. This is supposed to be Tommy, evil Tommy, like an older evil Tommy. So he has the Dragon Dagger still, and this one also wields Saba, but he didn't come with Saba, at least the version that he was wielding. He didn't come with, which is essentially this version of Saba, but his head is completely cracked off. So yeah, he didn't come with it, but I'm pretty sure the Evo 3 version came with it, which I didn't get because I just wanted this one. So yeah, that's how that looks, and then I'm going to pop on the alternative heads for all 3 of them, that way you can see what they all look like.
No problem.
Okay, so this is what all 3 of the heads look like. So
No problem.
I really like this head better if we're looking at like Mighty Morphin Tommy. For some reason, I really don't like this head, even though it does look like Jason David Frank. I just like this head better. I don't know, for some reason this reminds me more of Tommy than this one does. And of course, this one's based off of what he looked like in the little trailer that he shot for Shattered Grid, the comic series. And this is essentially what he looks like in the comics too, but this is more of like his look for the costume that he wore, like I said, in the trailer for Shattered Grid. So yeah, that's what they all look like. And now I'm going to go ahead and show him next to some different figures real quick, and then we'll wrap up this review. Okay, so we will go ahead and show the Green Ranger next to some other figures. So here is Tommy next to the Target exclusive X-Men carded Rogue, which I love this Rogue. Yeah, so that's him next to a former or fellow Hasbro figure. I don't know why I said former. We'll have him next to the Revoltech Amazing Yamaguchi Harley Quinn, since I still need to review this figure, and I'm also considering getting the Ami Ami version. So if I do decide to do that, let me know if you guys want to see a review of that one as well. So anyway, yeah, here is the Revoltech Amazing Yamaguchi Harley Quinn next to the Green Ranger. I just knocked into my friggin' Coke machine, which I always seem to do that. Here he is next to the SH Figuarts quote-unquote Street Fighter V Chun-Li. Hang on one second, I gotta get her kind of posed up, looking pretty decently. Okay, there we go. So yeah, that's how he looks next to her. Yeah, there we go. So that's how those two look. My favorite Chunners figure too. Mafex, we'll go with the Mafex Gwenpool. So there you go. I had that set up for a review that I shot that I ended up deleting, which I still need to do on the Leonard Xenomorph and Predator. Let me see what else I got. So I didn't do a Figma figure, so I'll go grab I'll grab my Figma Diva, so you can see how he scales next to her. And I'm pretty sure that's it. But real quick, since this is one of my favorite figures I picked up this year so far in terms of imports, here he is next to the SH Figuarts Endgame Captain Marvel, which if you haven't seen that review, check it out. Overall, really good figure. So there's that. So yeah, that's pretty much what I got for size comparisons. And yeah, so I think for my final thoughts overall, I think this is a really solid Green Ranger release. And if you have the rest of the Mighty Morphin team and you're looking for a Green Ranger, I recommend picking this one up. If you can find him, that is. I know when I pre-ordered him, it was like a while back, and I checked on the GameStop app and it shows that he's unavailable, so I don't know if you can still pre-order him since he did get released. But if you can get him for around 20 to 22 bucks, then that's what I would recommend. I wouldn't recommend going above that price range. And I think the accessories are really nice because you get the Sword of Darkness, which makes sense for this version of Tommy. You get the Dragon Dagger, which also makes sense. You get alternative hands, which I didn't actually do that. I didn't actually set that up, so let me set that up real quick. Okay, so yeah, I forgot to set that up earlier, but yes, he can actually play the Dragon Dagger. I'm pretty sure that's how it's set up. I may have fucked that up, but I'm pretty sure that's how he played it. But anyway, getting back to my final thoughts, I really like the new head sculpt. I think it's really nice. That's definitely a draw for this one. You get a better looking head sculpt that fits the evil Tommy that we saw in the Mighty Morphin show. So yeah, if you like that look better, you want the Sword of Darkness, the Dragon Dagger, the extra hands where you can have him playing the Dragon Dagger, and this pretty cool lightning effect, then I'd recommend it. And if you already have the rest of the Mighty Morphin Rangers, and you just need this one to complete your collection, if that's how far you're going, then I recommend this one as well. Yeah, so that's pretty much going to do it for this review. Thank you very much for watching. Look forward to a review on the Figma Ochako Uraka from My Hero Academia pretty soon. I do want to do an overview on the Leonard Xenomorph and the City Hunter Predator that I picked up. I have some elites that I need to review as well, and I also, like I said, have the Gwen Stacy from Into the Spider-Verse, and I can look at all three of those. So if you want to see reviews on, or if you want to see an overview on the Peter B. Parker, Miles Morales, and Gwen Stacy, or some more wrestling reviews, or an overview on the Leonard Xenomorph and the Predator, let me know. And yeah, with that being said, again, thank you very much for watching. Thank you again for supporting the channel. I very much appreciate it. And Action Figure Addict 112 out.